Hi Leo, welcome back to my channel, Karma Fox. I am doing your weekly reading for April. Hope you're doing very well. I am going to take a quick second, Leo, to remind you that this is a general reading. It may not resonate with every single Leo out there. So guys, just take what resonates for you. Leave the rest for someone else. Keep in mind that the energies can reverse. And as always, Leo, don't try to force yourself into a reading that's not for you. Spirit, can I have the energy of the sign of Leo? Leo. All right, Leo, you are starting out with the King of Pentacles. You have the Five of Swords in the reverse, and you have the Eight of Cups. So Leo, I feel like you're working very hard right now. You're working at your own prosperity. You're trying to be very steady, very calm. Definitely focused on your money though. I do see you're avoiding conflicts, and if you are in a conflict with anybody, you would like to end that. But I see you really walking away from anything that has to do with conflict and really focusing right now on your money and your own stability. There could be a relationship here that you're walking away from. Let's see who's in your energy. Show me who is in Leo's energy. Show me who is in Leo's energy. All right, so the person in your energy has the Ten of Wands, the Queen of Swords, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy, and the Two of Pentacles. So this person that's in your energy is feeling very burdened right now. They've got a lot of problems going on in their life. They are trying to create balance, and they are trying to create boundaries. But I feel like they're having a hard time doing that. It's like this person knows where they want to go, where in life, where they want to be, but they're having a difficult time getting there. It's burdensome to them. And I do feel like this is somebody who definitely has some, you know, they're defensive in their energy. They're definitely putting up boundaries. This is somebody who's trying to make decisions as well. I feel like their ships are coming in, but they don't see them. And it's because they're just so focused looking in the other direction. Let me see the energy between Leo and this person. The World. Yeah, there's been an ending here. Yeah, there's been an ending. With the World here, there's a cycle coming to a close or something coming to a close so that something new can begin. What is affecting this connection? What is affecting this connection for Leo? Six of Cups, Two of Wands in the reverse. So what's affecting the connection? You're kind of holding on to this person. I feel like there was conflict here. I feel like you are doing a lot of reminiscing, a lot of looking back. You feel like this person may be a soulmate, but this person chose to go in another direction. And so you were kind of then left with your memories. It also looks like there was conflict between the two of you. This person has kind of put that sword up. They put those boundaries up with you. Let me see the outcome at the end of the week. Ace of Cups in the reverse. Yeah, this person may have juggled you and someone else as well, but I do see an ending here coming. There's a need for you to pour that love into yourself right now, Leo. I do see you walking away from things that no longer serve you. Bottom of the deck is the Page of Swords in the reverse. That's underlying energy. So you could have been dealing with somebody who was, you know, lying by omission. In other words, just, you know, not telling you everything. They could have even been directly lying as well. I feel like you're just you're moving away from this energy at this point. So let's clarify. Spirit, what is the King of Pentacles here for Leo? All right, so we have the Hermit and the Ten of Wands reversed. Yeah, there's that World card again. And then we have the 8 of Wands. Some of you could be physically moving, maybe for a job or maybe something to do with your finances or money. I do feel like there's a cycle ending and there's something new that's coming. It's going to be a dramatic change for you. You really have kind of been in hermit mode, Leo. I feel like you kind of went within in order to try to resolve the problems and the issues that you were having with this person. And I do feel like you would like to communicate with them, but I also see this cycle closing out. I see your problems beginning to diminish, beginning to go away. It's likely to happen through travel or through some sort of communication. Let me see why the 5 of Swords is here. I'm also seeing that there's a cycle where you've been kind of hermiting and keeping to yourself. I see that ending. And it's ending because you've found the answers that you've needed, but you found them from within. I do see a lack of communication. Why is this 5 of Swords in the reverse? And part of that is because I feel like you're trying to avoid conflict. The Moon in reverse, King of Wands, and the 4 of Wands. Yeah, so you know what it is that you want. You want something stable. You want to be married. You want something stable. You want something passionate. Some of you may have been married to this person and then you found something out that caused a huge breakup, a huge conflict in this connection. But I feel like you're taking your power back. You're really taking your power back, and a lot of that is coming about because of the realization of what you really want in life. And I do feel like you do spend quite a bit of time, you know, reminiscing and thinking about this person and the better times, though. You may feel that this person is a soulmate. I can see that at one point it was stable, but, you know, something came out that really destabilized this connection. Why is the 8 of Cups here? And you're having a lot of realizations about this person, too. Why is the 8 of Cups here for Leo? Why is it 8 of... Thank you. Yeah, this person caused a lot of confusion. All right, so we have the 7 of Cups. We have the 9 of Coins reversed. And we have the 7 of Swords reversed. Yeah, so you're feeling the loss. So whatever this secret is that came out, it caused a big conflict. There was deception here, or you feel like there currently is deception. I feel like this person, you know, kind of keeps you in the dark about things. But it's not like you don't know anyway, because you're extremely intuitive. And I do feel that you're having some realizations. There could have been some codependency in this connection as well. But you have options. And I do feel like you're not currently exercising those options. But you are beginning to move away from deception. You're moving away from codependency. You're moving away from this loss. And you do have options. So you're kind of looking at what are the options? What is it that I really want? You know, I do see that there's still a lot of confusion, though. And there is still a deep sense of loss here. Let's look at their energy. Spirit, why is the 10 of Wands here for the person in Leo's energy? Why is this 10 of Wands here? I do feel like there were problems in the connection. I feel like there were a lot of problems between the two of you. And I feel like you think about that. You think about, you know, if you could have done something differently. All right, so we have the Hangman in reverse. We have the 4 of Swords. And we have that, again, that 2 of Coins. I'm sorry, 2 of Wands in the reverse. So this person is now looking at the relationship differently. They have definitely pulled their energy back, as have you. But they pulled their energy back because they were moving in another direction. Yeah, I don't feel like, I feel like this is somebody who views this relationship very differently now. Whatever direction they chose to move in, it has a lot of problems within it as well. So this person is kind of very reserved right now. Why is the Queen of Swords here? could be dealing with a Pisces. Why is the Queen of Swords here? Why is the Queen of Swords here for the person in Leo's energy? All right, so we have the Nine of Wands reversed. We have the Knight of Swords. And we have the Six of Wands in the reverse. Yeah, this person's worn out. Whatever direction that they chose to go in, Leo, I feel like it hasn't brought them the happiness they thought it was going to. I feel like they're kind of tired. They're kind of worn out. They feel a little bit defeated, to be honest. And I do feel like at some point they're going to tell you that. They're going to tell you the truth about that. Right now, they're very guarded. But at some point, I do feel like they're going to tell you that. Whatever they chose to move towards, just it had its own problems, you know. Why is the Two of Pentacles here? This person does want to tell you the truth. They do want to talk to you. It could happen spontaneously, like this person is a bit impulsive. We have the Page of Pentacles reversed, and we have the Lovers. Yeah, this is somebody who has a big choice to make with regard to love. So this person is choosing between you and someone else. And I feel like they also feel that they don't have very much to offer. They may have been juggling you and this other person and then ultimately decided to go in the other direction, therefore ending this connection. I do feel like they were deceptive, and I feel like you don't trust them at this point. Let me see the energy between the two of you. Show me why the World is here. I do feel like whatever this cycle is has gone on for a very long time. All right, so we have the Eight of Pentacles reversed, and we have the Strength card in reverse. So this person has some things that they need to work on themselves, and it is actually what led them in that other direction. They're not doing their personal work. Yeah, they're not doing their own personal work. But somehow the ending of this connection and also that other, you know, connection, the direction they moved in, is actually causing them to, you know, it's causing some sort of a enlightenment for them. I do feel that they're not working on themselves as they should be, which is unfortunate. And it's because this other connection is a diversion for them. I don't see you putting effort into this. I feel like you'll talk to this person. You don't want to argue with them, but you're closing this cycle out. Some of you, like I said, could be moving or traveling, but I don't feel like you're putting any effort into this connection currently. Let me see what's affecting the connection. Show me what's affecting the connection. All right, we have the Ace of Pentacles. We have Judgment. We have the Three of Wands. And again, we have the Two of Pentacles. Yeah, this person was definitely juggling you and the other person. They were kind of, they had something new started here, and then they were like, you know, juggling the idea of a reconnection with you. And so this person's very confused. They definitely need to work on themselves. I do feel like it's going to come down to a final judgment call. Again, I see you working hard at your money. I do feel like you were waiting for this person. Even though you wanted to take action towards them, you had a realization that you didn't need to be the person making moves here. And so I do feel like you do a lot of reminiscing. I feel like you've been waiting for this person to take action, to come back, you know, towards you, to come back into this connection, and to resolve the problems. You were hoping for a reconciliation, but I am seeing, and a new start, but you wanted it to be a stable beginning. And that's one of the reasons why you weren't putting effort into it, because you didn't feel that it was your responsibility to do so. Now, the person in your energy, like I said, they were juggling you and someone else that was in your energy. So it's almost like they felt that they had the option. They could pick or choose a new relationship or a reconciliation with you. I will say that this person is very guarded, and I do feel like there's been some communication with them, and it's likely very impulsive, but ultimately it looks like they are moving towards that other connection. So they may have been doing the going back and forth kind of thing is what I'm seeing. Why is the Ace of Cups in reverse? Show me the outcome for Leo. Yeah. Five of Swords, Five of Pentacles, and the Eight of Cups. So I feel like there's going to be another conflict here. There is going to be some sort of a conflict. It might be started by this person with this Knight of Swords, but I feel like it's going to be the final battle. You've been trying to avoid this conflict, but I do see conflict coming. And I do feel like it's going to leave you feeling a bit rejected and, you know, abandoned by this person. You already feel that way, and you also feel very confused. But I think there's going to be like the final battle here, and that's what's going to cause you to just completely walk away from this and take the loss, because you realize that this person is not being honest with you. They're not being on the up and up, and you do have other options. They're just creating a lot of confusion and a lot of negativity in your life. So I feel like you're walking away from all of that, realizing that it doesn't serve you. This person is choosing to go in the other direction after juggling for a while. Yeah, you're both walking away from this, which is why this is closing out. But it is closing out, Leo, so that something new can come into your energy. So it doesn't look like it's going to end in a very good manner. I do see that this person doesn't fight fair. You've been trying to avoid this conflict because this person fights dirty. They do have some narcissistic tendencies, and they're not really offering you anything. So I do feel that this person, you know, after this conflict is going to walk away as well. And I feel like it's going to be a big eye-opener for you, and you're going to be like, this is not serving me. And I see you both walking away. Bottom of the deck is the Page of Cups, though. Now, that's underlying energy, and it does tell me that that's new. That's somebody new. I feel like you have had options, but you've turned those options down. There's been other new people, but you haven't been open to them. You may be a little bit more open to this person that is coming in. There is someone new coming into your energy, and that's... So basically what's happening here is the universe is going to, you know, cause a scene, basically, so this person shows themselves, and you're going to be like, oh, hell no, I'm not having that. That's not what I signed up for. You're going to walk away from it knowing it doesn't serve you, and that's when Spirit will present you with this new person. So it's clearing the energy in order to bring in someone new. All right, I'm going to pull an oracle card for you. Pulling for the sign of Leo. Pulling for the sign of Leo. All right, so we have the number 9. You're almost at the end of this cycle. It's called the Protectress, and it's talking about boundaries and strength. So it says your energy is valuable, protect it well. Hold on just a second, and I'm going to read that for you. All right, so your affirmation is, I am spiritually and energetically protecting myself. Your strength and self-magic are desired and admired by people who unconsciously or even consciously seek to leech this energy from you, as they have not cultivated it within themselves yet. They don't mean this maliciously. They live filled with fear and insecurity, while you are in a space of self-trust and connection. They have not yet overcome certain obstacles as you have, or received the inner gifts that come with that. Be precious with your energy. It fuels your peace, creativity, dreams, ideas, life, and happiness. Set fierce boundaries. Energy is a high form of currency, just as time is, and must not be wasted on insignificant things or undeserving people. This can create stagnation. Your heart is very open right now, but you also need the balance of your mind. Use both tools for full activation. You have gained a lot of strength and love for others, but this doesn't mean you need to tap into that reservoir so often. Your spirit needs rest, play, joy, creation, and time to just be. This is where it thrives. Protect your soul's need for childlike play and rejuvenation. Protect your inner child. Let them pick flowers and daydream instead of having to only be the strong one. Sometimes others can unintentionally cast curses when they have feelings of jealousy towards us. Again, they don't mean this maliciously. They are in a space of lack and scarcity where the ego convinces us that there isn't enough. There may be someone you need to protect yourself from, whether spiritually, psychologically, or energetically. Not to worry, you can easily do this. Harness protective amulet energy. An amulet or talisman is an object, either natural or man-made, and is endowed with special powers to protect or bring good fortune when kept near. So if you have something like that, I would keep it on you or wear it or however you use that. But yeah, protect your energy here, Leo, okay? All right, I hope this has been helpful for you. If you've resonated with this reading, please hit the like button. Be sure to subscribe. And until I see you in your next reading, Leo, namaste.